Wait a minute, what? I heard a few people out there asking, who is 7? Who is 7? Man, you better get with it. 7? And yeah, it's spelled with a 7 in the middle.
So, this is the thing. Today, I'm going to come to y'all and we're going to talk about domestic violence. The reason I'm bringing domestic violence up is because that I noticed like MTV and BET and I guess VH1 a lot of, and also newspapers, magazines are doing, even Oprah, are doing these hour-long specials on domestic violence. MTV even did one, Chris Brown and Rihanna, Love and Trouble. I think that was the title of it. But my thing is, domestic violence has been around so long and has just been a problem in every community, whether white, black, whatever nationality and race, and it's like swept under the rug. Even like in New Orleans, a domestic violence charge was really like a municipal charge, and they just recently changed it over to being something criminal to make it stick. The thing of that really like irks me now is that why is it at the forefront when it's Chris Brown and Rihanna? You know, and as a matter of fact, one of the hosts for the MTV special that they did about Chris Brown and Rihanna, she passed a comment. Now this is a female. She said that if it was any other female, we wouldn't have cared about it. But since it's Rihanna and Rihanna is our princess, it makes a difference. My thing is this. If Chris Brown hit my little sister, I'll beat his ass. Because she's important. I mean, it doesn't take away from it being Rihanna, but my point is that it doesn't matter whether the girl worked at Walmart or she was a platinum singing artist. You know, it was wrong. You know, and I guess shit falls down the hill because I kind of sort of like the way it brings all this limelight to, you know, the public eye. I feel like Rihanna should have stood out for it more than she did. You know, we see pictures of Chris Brown like he's enjoying himself, like, fuck it, I got her to forgive me and I'm Chris Brown. And it's like she's in the public eye hiding her face. She doesn't want people, the paparazzi, taking many pictures. When at first you'll see her and Chris Brown and she's like open, you know, plain as day. But now it's like she's hiding herself. And I feel like if you're embarrassed behind it, you shouldn't have taken him back. You know, I think he really is hurt behind what he did, but there's no excuse on his part, because really there's no excuse on no male part. But when he did an interview and he said that his mom went through domestic violence and he really know how to respect women, and then you do this, it's like that preacher that gets caught in a sexual act with a kid. It's like God could forgive you, but it would be hard for the average human being to forgive you, you know. But at the same time, we move on. But as far as Rihanna is concerned, I feel like this here. Suppose there's your best friend and she's in a relationship where the guy beats her, treats her bad. I mean, it could be physical, emotional, verbal abuse. And you always give her the answer like leave, 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 but she gives you the reply like you're not in her shoes and she's not working, he's taking care of her and his kid, and it's like she can't leave. And then boom, this happens to Rihanna and she idolizes Rihanna. So in her eyes, she's like, oh, in the beginning, Rihanna is going to, you know, she's working with the police. She's going to do this. She's going to pull through. If Rihanna can do it, I can do it. And then all of a sudden, Rihanna backtracks. And in her eyes, it's like, here, I don't have any money. I don't have anywhere to go. The police are not going to protect me. So I might as well stay in this situation, because Rihanna was a millionaire before Chris Brown. She's independent. She can leave him and move on. She can leave him and find someone else, you know, that's on her caliber. But she didn't. So it's like, to me, it was like a sad day for a lot of females. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like no excuse on Rihanna's part, you know, because I don't care what you did, that you felt like you deserve that, you know. And like people have been saying that this has been going on because it had to be. There's no way in the world you can tell me like the first time you ever hit this female, you did her face the damage you did it. And then he also was I can't quote it, but someone said that in a magazine or something, that he told his mom he knew that Rihanna wouldn't press charges. So if he felt this way, evidently it had been going on. So my thing is this, ladies, you know, and guys too, because they got guys that's in like abusive relationships, and they take it because they feel as if they don't want that female to be with the next guy, or they feel like, you know, they're going to take that abuse because they're trying to make her love them, you know, and females do the same thing. And I think we've noticed that the person that you run behind is usually the person that'll like mess over you. But the ones that you don't run behind, those are the ones that steadily trying to impress you. You know, and when you treat a guy good, it's like he may feel as if you'll always be there. Not every guy. But then again, when you're dogging him out, telling him, oh, you're going out with somebody else, or you're not answering your phone and all this here, he runs behind you. You know, and that's vice versa, the same with females. So my thing is this. Domestic violence is not something we should just brush under the rug. And I feel like if you put your hands on the female, and it may have came from anger, but I think like you learn and you move on from that. You know, you make that next relationship better. You know, and like they always say, usually if it happens one time, it'll happen again. But I don't believe that, because I feel like sometimes it may happen and that person will really learn a lesson from it. You know, but at the same time, you got to stick to your guns and show that person what it is not to have you. Don't let it happen and then y'all still going through the same thing. So they feel like, well, it doesn't matter. She's still there. He's still there. My thing is, help them get through it, but help them get through it for them. You know, and you do what you have to do for you. You know, it doesn't make you a man to hit on a female at all. You know, and especially if you're feeling remorseful, Chris Brown, my thing is, being a man, I think you should step to the forefront. You know, talk to guys that are doing this. Talk to guys or females that have been through this, and let them know you're remorseful and it'll never happen again, instead of hiring people to do all this control and to sit there and try to sweep it under the rug and still make you look good, this damage control stuff. So my thing is, we look at it while it's in the forefront, we pay attention to it, but once it's gone, still keep it number one inside the things you want to do with your life, as far as helping out somebody that may be in that position, or moving on with your life if you're in that position. Don't ever let it get to one of those 9/11 situations, meaning when it first happened, everybody I knew had flags on their cars, and America's this, America's that. But when those guys went over there fighting and dying, after a while it wasn't front page news again, so we forgot. So don't let this be that situation. So that's my take on it.